every day, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, my name is Omoji, so our friend, and I'm saying the swag king, the boss of all bosses. And I happens to be among the most innocent guys on the face of planet Earth. Like the Caesar, I came, I saw, and of course, I conquered because the street used to go to church. I made up my mind that I was definitely going to take the church to the street, and only that we may rep Christ with a whole lot of swag. It is epignosis, the full knowledge of God. But if I introduce my guest to you, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to go over a short break, so go nowhere. I'll be right back shortly.
Some days I wake up and I don't feel like doing anything. That's because the stress of moving from one point to another can be such a blur. So sometimes I won't stay on my bed, but I need to get work done. From booking my bus for meetings, to arranging official meetings, to getting a space for seminars. What about getting a very good event coverage company with good equipment that can do everything I want? But hey, all of that is in the past now because I found a place I can get everything that I need in one. At SWAT TV Studios, the render is a variety of services, from photography at its very best to well-equipped multi-purpose studio space for any type of event or video recording, from television shows, live music shows, or comedy shows, to mention a few. Did I mention that it can also cover your event with the most efficient equipment, as well as offer live streaming services for any event? This is the special part. They can also train you to become a pro in videography and photography. So, I woke up today and I feel like doing everything thanks to SWAT TV Studios.
Now, welcome back from the break. Before I went on that break, I said I'm going to introduce my guest to you, and he's no other person is Pastor Kenny Ajibade. How's everything sound?
Very fine, thank you.
Okay.
Mm.
Usually they are always quiet. Yeah, they are always quiet. Yes, they are always quiet. Okay, so Pastor Kenny, our topic
Yeah.
for today is a crime for a guy to spend on a lady that he wants to get married to.
Well, there are two sides of the coin.
Okay.
Okay. When it comes willingly
Okay.
from his heart, without pressure, with the right motive, it's nothing wrong with it, because you can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. Part of loving is giving. For God so loved the world that he gave. You know, giving is an expression of love,
Okay.
but giving is not love itself. It's an expression of love. You see, on the other hand, some guys expect that if I give you if I give you money, you give me love. No, love is not for sale.
Okay.
Love is not for sale. But on the other hand, some other ladies expect if you love me, you give me. Yes, if you love me, if I love you, I'll give to you. I give in love because I love my wife. I give to my children. But it should not be with a sense of entitlement. It should not be the focus of the relationship. You shouldn't relate, because of what you can get. You should relate because of what you can give. All of us we should go into relationship thinking of what we can give. Because if I bring something to the table, you bring something to the table, adding value. What happens is we become an asset. And I tell people, don't pervert relationship. Don't turn a guy who wants to be a spouse to you to a sponsor. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be a burden rather than be a blessing to him.
Okay.
And a lot of people have lost out in relationship that way.
Okay. Okay.
Because there are some people also who wants to exploit you with money. They have a lot of money and they can throw it at you. And you see, it's there is a common English proverb that says, "He who pays the piper dictates the tune." If you depend on me and I have to keep sponsoring you, you are at my mercy. So you don't even have any say in the relationship. You have to keep dancing to my tune. So there are things you don't want to do, but because you are at my mercy and I demand for those things, you do those things.
Okay.
Meanwhile, they are not right. So it also positions you wrongly in a relationship. When you relate as a dependent, it positions you wrongly. It makes you, it makes you subject to things that you should not be subject to. Do things that you don't, really want to do at the end of the day, because it's like you have sold yourself cheaply because of what you want to get.
Okay. So now, but what about if the lady really has a need? The lady really has a need. Now, you already told me as a guy. You said, okay, fine. You walk up to the lady and say, I want to get married to you, and yes, of course, she has issues before now. Maybe she has the family issues before now. She has things she needs to cater for. Maybe she's the holy child of her family, or might be the first fruit of her family, and she has a lot of responsibility on her. And as a guy, you came to her and you said, "Okay, see, I want us to work together as a team. I'm coming into your life because this is what I want." Okay, and she tells you, let me think about it. And we know that the only way for a guy mostly to express love is by giving.
Hmm. I don't think so.
Okay, no, no. Now, when you come to a lady for the first time and you're telling the lady, I love you, the only way for a guy to express that language most times is by giving. Okay, that's what I
Well,
think.
that's
But
what.
if
Yeah.
that is not
Okay.
what you think, I'm
Yeah.
going to throw more light on that. Because
Yeah.
I feel that the only way for that guy to show that I love this lady is to give. Okay, is to
Well,
give.
which is not exactly the complete picture.
Yeah,
That's a thought
yeah.
that we can debate. You see, I can give you my money, but if I can't give you my time, you don't mean so much to me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can have money to throw around, but what about my time? You see, I can give you my money and not give you my heart.
Okay, as one thing at time, some people always say love is not enough, meaning you need the money to come in to make the love a standard one. So if I'm telling you as a lady, I love you, I should be able to have something within that when you need it, I should be there to assist you both financially and of course physically. In
You
terms of
see,
yeah.
money and love are two different things.
All right.
We should not confuse money and love.
Okay, now
Yeah.
some people says if you love me, then spend for me. While some others say if you love me, I need your time. But there's a certain condition in the female's life that even your time cannot be enough. So they always need some. So it gets to that point in life when your love is not enough. Yes, I know you love me, but it's
Yeah,
not
you see,
a love.
love as expressions.
Okay,
Love as expressions.
okay,
Love is revealed in the way you treat somebody.
all right.
Love is value that you place on somebody, because it's value that you place on a product that make you spend money on the product.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, you see, love is not actually the money. The money is just an expression of something bigger. It's because you place value on somebody, you want to spend. And when you spend meaningfully.
When you say
You
meaningful,
spend
what do you mean?
meaningfully. You spend to express something deep from your heart. You spend to communicate something to somebody. But you see, you can't say all form of spending is love, because all form of spending for somebody is not love. It's not love.
Okay, but let's look at the two-way side. Okay.
So behind the money,
Mm,
how does the person treat you? How does the person values you? Because there are people that can spend you, there are people that can take you out, spend money for you, and then the next moment you're calling them, they're not picking you, they don't respect your time, they don't return your call. They are spending the money for you to get something from you. And when they get what they want to get, they treat you like trash, and they leave you worse than they met you.
okay.
And so the money has become a lure, it's a snare, it's a trap for you. So when somebody spend money for you, behind the money, you got to ask yourself, how does this person treat me?
Okay.
How does this person relate to me? Does this person respect me? Because you see, all those are greater expressions of love. Does this person make sacrifice? You see, when God gave us, when God expressed his love to us, he wasn't just giving a gift, he was giving a gift that cost him something. There was a sacrifice behind it. I can give you money and it may not mean any sacrifice to me.
Okay.
I can, but there is somebody, I don't know, just give you money. With that money comes my time. With that money comes respect. With that money comes honor. You know, there's a way somebody can even give you money. They don't give you that money honorably. They give you the money to make you feel less, you know, to let you know that, look, you're not on my level. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just giving you this money to help you. There are guys that treat you like that. There are guys that treat ladies like that. That gives them money to let them know that, look, you're not equal to me. I call the shot here. I sponsor you. But there are guys that give you money with respect. When they give you the money, their attitude towards you is honoring, is respect. So because if we get carried away with money is love, we can get lost, we can get trapped. And a lot of people have done that. They have equated, you know, I know guys, ladies who met this guy who had a lot of money, and they felt like if I marry him, I'm secure because he was spending a lot of money. Then after the marriage, they found out that, look, he just put the lady there, and he has other people he's spending money for, going around, and there's no respect. You don't mean anything to him. You are like one of his properties that he has acquired. And that's not what you want. You wanted somebody that you are important to. You want somebody that who sees you as, you want an exclusivity in relationship. You want a man that belongs to you. A lady was sharing a story with me that this guy takes care of me. This guy takes care of me. This guy pays my bill. But yet, this guy has other ladies outside. In fact, we woke up one morning to find out that this guy has 3 children from other women.
Okay.
And so at the end of the day, she didn't feel a sense of belonging in his life. She is so heartbroken. And the guy is saying, well, I pay your bills, I pay the children's school fees, but that's not marriage, what she wanted in marriage. But she got carried away with the money because she didn't pay attention to what she wanted. She felt that, look, if he spend money on me like this, if he throws money around me like this, it means that I am is all in all. But meanwhile, he does that for a lot of other ladies. But he suddenly woke up to realize that she should have looked. She suddenly woke up to realize that she should have looked for much more than the money.
Okay, so when you're talking about looking for something
More than the money.
the money, okay, what should be more than the money?
The value I placed on you,
Okay.
the respect I have for you, the honor that I placed on you, your opinion. How does it matter to me?
Okay.
Do I allow you to influence my life? Do we do life together? Are you a continue? You know, when somebody respects you, they listen to your advice.
Okay.
They value your opinion.
You are actually doing this thing to the guys alone. Just like maybe the guys has hurt you before, I don't know, but you just keep punching the guys. But when looking at
We will talk about the ladies too. We will talk about the ladies too.
Yeah,
No,
but
we can't do this without balancing
you
it.
keep
You
punching
know, we
the
must
guys.
balance the.
You keep punching the guys.
No, because you started the question
Yeah, with the
by
guys.
saying
Okay.
with the
Yeah,
guys.
you keep punching the guys. Now we're looking at the scenario.
No, guys, I love you guys. I love you. No.
We're looking at the scenario. We're actually looking at the scenario where this lady is the one placing the demand. Okay, let's go into life story. Okay, this guy loved the lady. Okay, and was willing to do anything
For her.
to please her.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
go out of his way to do some certain
Make
things,
sacrifices
make
out of his.
Now, in return, what he ever expected from the lady is just respect. Now, because when a guy gives you love, I don't know, but I think the only way you can give him back, first of all, is to respect him.
Yeah.
Okay, respect him and start bringing something to the table, like ideas. Okay, take him serious, take his business serious, take whatever thing he's doing serious. But when you keep talking, and maybe each time the guy called, you always say, "I'm busy, I'll call you back. I'm busy, I'll call you back." And each time she calls is, oh, there is something I want to do, like this I want to do. Ah, I wish I want to do that. She might not really go directly to asking, give me this money. But
Mhm.
the way she's intertwining the stuff is actually telling you,
I need you to, guy.
I need this thing.
I need you to,
Yes,
you know,
and he goes out for it. And each time they come, they are having one issue on
for the
another.
other.
Maybe something can come up. And on a day, she opened up to say, "See, this person that I have as a friend. I value this person more than you on this other side." Okay, in a scenario like that, what would you tell the guy?
You see, I've always told people this: love by design is not successful except it is mutual.
Okay.
Love has a mutual nature. Love has a mutual nature. Love is not it's not mono directional. It must be both ways.
Okay.
It must be both ways. You see, you can't love without being loved. It's a failure. That's why I tell people, if you love someone and they don't reciprocate it, walk away.
Okay.
It's not working. You see, people try to force this thing. It's not working. Don't put pressure on anybody to love you when they don't naturally love you. Don't try to buy their love. You see, love is so natural. Love is like a seed and a soil. When the soil is right for the seed will naturally grow. You don't need, but when the soil is not right, no matter what you do, it cannot flourish. So nothing is wrong with you. For somebody not loving you doesn't mean, because we feel like somebody doesn't love me means that anything. No, it's like a key and a door. The key and the door, they are right. The key is right, the door is right. But the key may not open the door, and the door may not answer to the key. It's not that something is wrong with either of them. It means that this is not the right key for this door. And it means that this is not also the right door for this key. So let's relate with intelligence. That's what you call emotional intelligence. So if I'm spending money on you and you don't reciprocate it with you see, when there is love, there is competition. When there is love, there is competition. 22 years I've been married. Me and my wife are still competing to outdo each other in love. I remember when she was 40, I thought I had planned the biggest surprise
Wow.
for her. Surprised her. I didn't know she was waiting for me. Man, when she did her own, oh boy, it was international dimension. She moved things, and I was like, okay, I'm waiting for the next one now. Now I am now, I'm planning years. I'm giving myself years to plan my next attack. Yes. But you see, that's love. You see, when you love somebody, they make effort to reciprocate it. They make sacrifice to reciprocate it. Love is never taken for granted.
Hmm.
Love is never taken for granted.
Hmm.
When somebody takes you for granted, I tell people, when you phone somebody and they miss your call, and they cannot send you a text message that, oh, sorry, I missed your call, I was unavailable. Something is wrong.
So what do you
Let's
think
look at
makes
it from
people
those
then?
little area, not even the big thing. Not to talk of you do so much, and people have always found this thing to be true. I've said this for years, and people always come back to me that, oh, I didn't pay attention to that thing. It was true because a guy say, look, this my babe, I do everything for her. I do, and I said, what does she do for you? Yeah, nothing. She's not working. No, it's not about not working. It's not about not working. You do for them. God for you, they will even still take it and use it because they just want to let you know, I love you, I celebrate you, I appreciate your effort. We ought also to love him because he first loved us. Is that not what the scripture says?
Yeah.
We ought also, we ought also to what? Love him because what? He first loved us. The moment you show love to somebody and they don't reciprocate it, listen to me, love is not to be forced.
Okay.
Don't coerce anybody into loving you. Don't sponsor, don't buy things. No, you see, you deserve love.
Hmm. Okay.
You deserve love. You deserve to be loved. I don't beg my wife to love me. No, she loves me. And she shows it every day. I love her. I show it every day. She doesn't have to do anything to deserve it. What she does or she does not do, does not. That is my unconditional commitment. And then the moment there is not that commitment there, you are spending money on somebody and she's spending time with another person. You are spending money on her, but she is spending time on someone else. She will not, make time to be with you. You call her, she's too busy to return your call. Then when she has a need, like I told somebody, she said, "Oh, I went to this lady and I told the lady, the pastor gave this illustration that she said, I told her, look, we've been friends for some time, and I want us to take this relationship to the next level. I love you. I really see you." And she said, "I'll pray about it." Then later on, this same lady, this guy was talking, and she brought up some needs in her life, and she said, "Look, I just need you to help me with this." And the guy also said, "I will also pray about it." Yeah, because I tell people this: never put more on the table than the other person is willing to put. Relate according to levels. There are stages and levels of relationship.
What about other scenarios that this challenge is genuine?
It's genuine. Let me tell you, this is what I advise people. If the challenge is genuine, do it also genuinely. Don't do it with an ulterior motive. So if you are giving somebody something, do it because you could give it to a friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do what you could do with it. Don't do it because I'm doing it. Look, we have had cases. I know a case where a guy killed a lady because this guy was relating to this lady. He's a businessman. And so this lady said, "Look, the greatest thing I want is education. I want to get a degree." This guy did everything, made sacrifices. His business uses part of his capital to sponsor this girl to school. When this girl was reaching final year, one day the guy noticed that the attitude of this girl is changed, is different. Unlike before, when he says, "I want to come and see you in school," he said, "I'm not available. I'm very busy." The guy got worried. Then one day call her and say, "Look, I don't understand. What's really happening? Why this change?" And the guy said, "Look, guy, I think," the lady said, you need to think, we're not on the same level again. Okay. We're not on the same level. Our levels are different. We're not water get level. Water get level." Okay. This guy couldn't believe what he was hearing. This is the lady he had sacrificed how many years of his life and business for. Do you know what? This guy got so hot, paid somebody to murder this girl. And the girl was murdered. The girl got killed because he couldn't bear that pain. And I tell people, why take another person for granted in the name of love?
So what do you expect ladies to do? To reject the gifts?
Don't take a snare. Don't take a gift. If you know that this is the reason why this guy is giving me this and I don't have what he wants, listen to me. Don't take a snare that will entrap your life. Okay. Be honorable. Be what? Honorable. Okay, so be dignified. Listen, I tell people this. Nobody was created to supply your need. The best helping hand you have is God's hand and your hand. If you have to sell pure water, have that dignity. You know what I mean? Have that sense of pride. Guys respect ladies that have that sense of pride. When you even give them, say, "Okay, don't worry. I'm okay. I'll be fine. I'll be all right." I tell ladies, if a guy takes you out to a restaurant, he pays for the food. When he orders the food, tell him, "Oh, excuse me, let me do something." Go there and ask him, "What would you like to drink?" Order the drink. Tell him the options that you can afford. You know what I mean? Tell him what you can afford. Okay. And you buy the drink. Wait. You. That is your own time, not time. No, but listen to me. Swag. But
that
listen.
Can be possible in your own time.
It will not be possible now. Why will it not be possible now?
It's like 10%. It's like 2% or 3% out of 100.
No. What I'm saying is this. Let's always have let's show people that, look, I also have a sense of value. You put value on me, I will put value on you. That's just what is behind it. It's not really that it's literal like that. But if somebody is kind enough to show you, to express love to you, to spend money on you, you too spend some money on them. Okay.
So at this point, what do you advise the guys to do? Now we have
guys.
Scenarios. No, to the ladies now. To the ladies first. Now they should reject the gift if they know that. Come on.
The motive of the gift. Yeah. The motive of always ask yourself, what is behind what this guy is
But
doing for
Pastor,
me.
you know that 80% or 99% of guys don't just come and give you gift if they don't have any motive behind it.
And
For instance,
so if
you're
you
single and I'm single, okay, and we are sis and bro in church, okay, and after service, Brother Uche see up Sister Ikechi. The next day, the same thing. The next day, he's waiting outside. Sister Ikechi, are you through? Yes. And as they are going, let's take ice cream. Sister Ikechi has been taking ice cream.
no see
Sister Ikechi said, I need it. Sister Ikechi has been doing that, has been taking. A day, Brother comes and say, Sister Ikechi, see what I want to do. And Sister Ikechi say, I thought you were a guru in church.
that's why also you see we should not attempt to buy love.
So what
We
do you
should not
expect him
attempt to
do?
buy love.
Go
On the
straight
on
to the
this on
point.
the guy's side, we should not attempt to buy love. You can show love to somebody without, buying it.
Okay, even though you don't want to buy too money, okay, I'm not buying ice cream, but I used to see this lady up every day, every day.
They force you.
And the day you
No, be you choose to they see me off.
then
No,
at
you see,
that
but I'm
point,
saying this that look,
if Sister
I'm saying
Ikechi
this
suspected
that
something, why
uh-huh,
not tell brother, say, bro, I beg,
eh,
what? Okay, I heard something. Okay, it's a message,
no,
and the lady was saying, talking about this particular brother always seeing her every day, seeing her up to house every day. Day one, day guy, the day two, and she was answering to herself, what did this brother want? Tell me what you want. And the brother keeps saying now, and one day he take up or go come. What do you want? Tell me now. Let's settle it. Now, do you see, a lot of ladies cannot take that move because maybe sometimes they enjoy the brother working on with them, maybe for security purposes and everything. But definitely, 100% of ladies know that the reason why brother okay was with me yesterday, today, and coming planning the one that he will do tomorrow is because he have feelings for me.
now, okay, there are two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
On the brother side, I will always say this: don't assume what you have not proven.
Okay.
Yes, don't assume what you have not proven. Don't stay around me and you have not said anything and you're already jumping into conclusion. Give me a chance to make a decision before you jump into conclusions.
Okay.
Because your action may not actually translate to the conclusion you have made with me. You see, we should not assume things. It's in this part of the world that we do all these things. We just assume that because I come around you. There are people that are friends. We can be friends. We're opposites, but we're friends. No strings attached, no emotions. We're just friends until there is a communication of anything, any intention. There should be no assumption. So don't. The other person is not a mind reader. So don't think that they are reading your mind. You enjoy my company. You can enjoy my company, and we can be friends until you tell me that you have any other thing in mind. I should not, begin to, because there are ladies that have asked guys like that, and then they will go around and say, that sister is desperate because she's just trying to be plain honest with you and say, look, don't they will interpret that lady, she's desperado. Oh boy, you don't go around that. If you just go around, and we have had cases like that. The ladies have been hurt because they don't want anybody to feel that they take them for granted. So if a guy has an intention, you also should make your intention known without assuming that the lady knows.
Okay.
Because until you say it, I tell people, love is something you should never assume until it has been expressed. If it's like God saying 11, I say, I love you guys, we won't really receive it. No. But when he sent his only begotten son, oh boy, did anybody need to? He expressed it. Love by nature should be expressed. So if you're around somebody and they've enjoyed your company and, come out to them. Come out playing. Let them know. Oh, sis, I enjoy your company. I love the fact that when we walk around, we talk. I love the kind of discussions we have, and you see, relationships are in stages. Don't go around somebody in 2 months and then the third month you are telling them, will you marry me? They don't know you. You are still a stranger because there is acquaintanceship, there is casual friendship, there is real friends, there is close friends before we can start making deep decisions. But what I found out that happened in this generation is we are too quick to run into conclusion. The moment somebody enjoy your company, you feel like they are thrilling for you. And because that's a lifetime. Marriage is a lifetime. Marriage is everything about you. I'm going to accept you hook, line, and sinker. And I don't know you yet. And you are telling me, talking to me about marriage. And a lot of people have made, that's why we have so many divorces today. Because people enter what they don't know about. Then they wake up and they say, oh boy, I thought I had courtship with Rachel. Then I woke up in marriage and I found Leah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, okay. Thank you, Pastor. All right, time is not on our side. Time is actually the greatest anymore on the face. I would love this conversation to continue, but time is not really on our side. We would like to go on a very short break. Of course, when we return, we're going to call it a wrap, but that will be after the break. Thank you.
Spiritual. Rose! CSO. Rose, Timmy, one, strong, throwback, sniper, Sam Jam, true sound, true car, shot. We are king, run them, everywhere. Run them, run. We are king, run them, everywhere. Run them. It started from complaining, then I went to raining. You could always catch me blaming, till I started aiming at the top. Realized that I wasn't already there. Kinda aiming at myself, now my vision's so clear. I'm on top, vision so clear, never stop. So do more than stay, but I'm on your block. Guaranteed to take you there up to the top. And if I fall, I still land on the top.
Yeah, don't worry about when the paper be coming. It's a kind of flexing only King Solomon be pulling. The high balling only King James be understanding. The kind of revenues all expert has been making, I'm climbing the ladder of greatness so strong. Holy Ghost upon it, man, I can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm kinging. I don't do the ringing. Grace is not fair. I'm taking over territories others want in there.
Run them, everywhere. Run them, run. We are king. Run them, everywhere. Run them. We are king. We rule of all earth. We are king. Everywhere. We are king.
Bro,
we rule of all earth. We are king.
Listen up,
Yeah, I'm kinging, King Kong, ringing, ding dong, louder in your ears without speaking. Desire to inspire you, and that's why I'm leaving. Dedicating all he put to me and pouring out I'm giving. So you got to listen, take dominion, break the prison. Need no permission, die to self and then you're leaving. In Christ the reason, sacrifice your life to please him. Then he'll place you on the throne and crown your head, now you're kinging.
Plaka, 21 guns, Protect, straight up king, ain't no Mufasa. I'm all pie, Superman in my rear view. On angelic wings, no Bellevue. My life's like a gym, the way things are working up. Jesus Christ, in my blood, that's why I'm standing up. His spirit lives in me, man, none can run me out. With my old clique, Protect, signing out.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them, run. We are king. Run them, run everywhere. We run them. We are king. Yeah. We rule of all earth. We are king. Everywhere. We are king. We rule of all earth. We are king. True.
Yeah. Bright clouds in my memory. Made it out the ghetto, now I got praises in my melody. Who would have thought we're chasing devils like it's Halloween? Flex monsters by the spirit, no adrenaline. Two-edged flows like a sword, every syllable. To the back of your minds like immigrants in Senegal. Holy Ghost gang, secular rappers doing backstrokes. No apologies, living a king cause I'm a touchstone.
Young ruler, living presidential. Never worry that I'm on the top, it's essential. I'm flourishing, my root is by the rivers, no Caribbean. You can tell I'm free from the flesh, vegetarian. I'm moving higher, I am elevating. I've gone beyond walking on waters, I'm levitating. I asked the mirror, the word, it told me that Sam Jams, you're the greatest of them all.
We are king. Run them, run everywhere. Run them, run. We are king. Run them, run everywhere. We run them. We are king.
All Welcome back from the break. Of course, my name is Omoji, so Alfred, and I'm seeing the Swag King. Boss of all bosses happens to be among the most innocent guys on the face of planet Earth. And don't forget, this is Epignosis, the very full knowledge of God. And of course, Pastor Kenny Ajibade has been telling us a lot of things that has to do with the singles and the singles alone, the both male and female, how to treat a guy as a female, and of course, as a guy, how you should treat a female. Okay, so the female, how you should treat the guy, and the guy, how you should treat the female. So, Pastor, we have just less than 3 minutes left. In conclusion, what is your advice to the guys? And also, what is your advice to the ladies?
Just be sincere, be open and sincere. If you have an intention, communicate it. And then also understand timing. Understand the right timing. There's somebody who could love you, but because they don't know you enough, they cannot make that decision now. Don't rush relationship. Be patient. Be friends. Enjoy friendship. You see, I tell people, if we can build friendship successfully, we can build any other level of relationship successfully. So, first of all, test your level of friendship. You know, relationship can grow to that point where, before you even say, will you marry me? The lady has known that, look, what else do I want? She will never say, go and pray about it. In fact, when I was single, I used to have this funny mindset that if I tell a lady, will you marry me? If she said, I need to pray about it, I'll tell you there's no need. And I'll walk away because I've not done my job well. Because if I've done my job well, you would have prayed about it before I say, will you marry me? I would have, my actions would have given you enough chance to decide that, look, this thing has reached a stage where you know what is coming. We are not pretending here. And then, so that when I pop up the question, you already have the answer. So that's sincerity. That's honesty when you relate to somebody. But today we rush our relationship. Before the lady even has a chance to know us, boom, we are asking, and she's confused. She's confused. She doesn't have the state of her mind is not settled. She doesn't know you enough. On the other hand, you say, I tell guys, don't be taken for granted. Don't be vulnerable in relationship. Don't be vulnerable. Don't be vulnerable. Don't let people use you. You see a lady who is always a need. Whenever she has need, she calls you. But other times she doesn't call you. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't ask after your welfare. She doesn't, she takes money from you, but she never sees an handkerchief one day and buys it and say, wow, I was just thinking about you. That I don't have much, but I thought of giving you this. You see, when you don't see that, you know that you are being vulnerable. You are being taken for granted. So stop it also. Stop it. And then don't attempt to buy love. If somebody doesn't love you, they don't love you. Nothing is wrong with it. Nothing is wrong with them. Nothing is wrong with you. Never buy anybody's love. Because how long are you going to live your life trying to pay for what you cannot buy?
Okay.
And at the end of the day, the thing that amazes us is the guy that now gets all the love doesn't even do half of what we are doing. The guy doesn't do half of what we have spent all the money. The lady dresses and doesn't dress for us. You buy the clothes, she wears it and goes after the other guy. Because her heart just follows the guy. Your money is following her. Her heart is following him. So your money comes like this, the lady goes like that. But you think my money, because love is not for sale. Love is not for sale. Why do princes go and marry the ordinary citizens? Because love flows in a direction. In the direction that it flows, that's where it's successful. So let's all wait for love to find love and for love to find us. When you find love properly, love finds you. It's the greatest thing that could ever happen to you on earth. I will never exchange it for anything. 22 years, I have cherished that experience. I used to marvel till today. How is it that I wake up in the morning and I'm not tired of this same face that I've seen in 22 years? It's a miracle. It's supernatural. No matter what we do, we can fight, we can quarrel, but oh boy, we are still staying there. We are still excited over each other. We are not the best of human beings, but we still share. No, today I still look at my wife under the net and I say, oh, this same face, 22 years I have seen this face, but I'm still amazed every day. She's wondering when am I coming back now? If you check my phone, she'll probably call me. But you've seen me for 22 years. You're still missing my presence because it is right. When you find love and love finds you, it's a miracle. Don't exchange anything else for it. That's why I tell people, don't buy it. If you show love and you don't get it, say thank you very much and continue your journey. Because the day will come where love will find you and you will find love is the most one next to the experience of Jesus, having Jesus in your life. That's the next most wonderful experience you can have in life. Don't trade that for anything else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say, well, actually, I want to call it a wrap for today. Pastor, I want to say thank you for coming,
Thank you
guys.
too.
Thank you. We do appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And of course, all the amazing people that made this production a wonderful one. I want to say thank you. This is what we call it a wrap for today. Don't forget the names of Mojesu Alfred, and this is EPIGNOSIS, the very full knowledge of God. Right now, we're going to move to the nation builders, for they build the people that build the nation, which is being powered by Pinnacle.